back to the greenhouse. We here with another video today. And today we are baking a cake for my son's birthday. My firstborn son right there is turning 4 years old and he asked me to bake him a cake. I'm like, yes baby, I will bake you a cake. Now this is actually my first time baking a full cake. I've done cupcakes, but I've never done like a whole cake. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of mix and matching. We're going to do a box cake and do some homemade icing. We're also going to add some blueberries to the box cake. So we're just kind of like feeling our way around. This is going to be a lemon blueberry cake. So the flavor of the box cake is lemon. I'm adding some blueberries and I'm going to do a homemade cream cheese icing. Now, if you're new here, you're not new here, like we are a homesteading family. We definitely do clean eating in this house. It's actually really, it's crazy work for me to be doing a box cake, but I'm not too strict anymore about just trying to live perfectly like I used to. I don't know how to bake a cake and I didn't want to take on that feat. So I'm gonna go ahead and utilize my resources and utilize the box cake. I am switching out some of the ingredients, like it called for vegetable oil. Instead of that, I am doing coconut oil. I did have to buy a cake pan because this is my first time baking a cake. I got this pan from Walmart. It's an aluminum pan. It says that all the great bakers uses this. Not sure if that's true, but that was a selling point for me. So yeah, I'm just gonna wash this off and go for it. I'm really excited for this project, y'all. As soon as Ashe asked me to bake him a cake, it just sparked this interest in me to really learn this new hobby. So now I'm like really into cake baking. I'm diving all the way in. I'm watching all the videos. I'm doing all the research. And you know, he doesn't know how important and what that did to me for him to ask me to bake him a cake. We've had cakes over the years that we bought, you know, for birthdays. We buy them out from another source, of course, and he don't know where it comes from. He thinks mommy bakes all the cakes, you know, so this wasn't a special request necessarily for him, but for me it just made my little heart jump. And now I'm like, oh, I want to bake cakes. I want to get into this and master this. Which brings me to a point that I wanted to discuss with y'all today, which is hobbies, right? Hobbies, simple hobbies. I think that as a collective, as a modern society, we have truly lost the art of hobbies. And I know I myself has found myself falling into this trap of hustle culture. And what I tend to do is make all my hobbies into businesses because I feel as though that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to grind. I'm supposed to get this money. I'm supposed to make an impact business-wise. I'm supposed to do all the things. Yeah, y'all saw that? Speaking of rushing and not paying attention, that is what happens. That's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. That is such a good representation of what hustle culture of where hustle culture has gotten me, okay? Just making a mess. Okay, unproductivity, making a mess, double work, setbacks. Like this was a setback and just a mess. I had to stop my flow that I was doing to clean up this mess. It's just a setback, and that's what hustle culture does to us. There is no productivity in constant movement. Yes, we were put here on this earth to work towards our goals, to learn, but you're also supposed to prioritize rest and enjoyment, right? So instead of me slowing down and opening that bag like I should have, which should have been with scissors, the reason why I made the decision to just puncture that with my finger and rip it open is because I'm rushing. And why am I rushing? This is something, I just told y'all, this is something that I'm excited for, and that I wanted to learn and take my time with. So it just was no purpose. It was no purpose in that. So I just saw that as a little lesson. So here you're gonna see me use water in this first cake. Here I was following the directions on the box, and I didn't even notice down below the directions it gave some suggestions of ingredients that you could switch out to make the cake richer, more moist, and just better overall, which was substituting the water for milk. And I did not do that on this first cake, and it definitely made a difference. I will never use water in a cake again. So if you want to learn how to bake cakes, do not use water. It's pointless. I don't even know why they put that on the box. They should have just put milk. Why do they even have water on the box? Just use milk.
Make prolific confessions into the master plan. I feel like they will never let me shine. What do you need to say that feels so grand? Why is yours so much better than mine? I gotta wait in line for you to feel me. I got to hold my time for your healing. I got to take a back seat. Are you kidding? I got to grab my chance cause it's fleeting. Cause this just feels like yesterday. Just feels like yesterday. Oh, this just feels like yesterday. Oh, this just feels like yesterday.
So another aspect of us returning back to hobbying is social media. Social media is such a big part as to why a lot of us don't hobby anymore. Social media is such a distraction, and the purpose is to keep you from yourself. And I know I say that as I am actively posting on social media, but I'm hoping to inspire my audience to return back to self and return back home and return back to things that are important. That is the message that I want to spread to the world. Keeping up with Diddy and Cassie, or Remy and Papoose, or Megan and Tory is not doing anything for our development and our personal journeys. it is literally keeping us from doing something that's going to bring real fulfillment and enjoyment to our lives. And we're not even realizing it as we're scrolling. Like you don't even think about that. But the time that I'm scrolling, I could have been baking a cake. You know what I mean? Like I could have been reading a book that enlightens me and actually uplifts me. I could have been knitting. I could have been painting. I could have been gardening, baby. I could have been in my garden. But here I am, getting updates about what Diddy and Cassie is doing. It's just not productive, and that's not to pass judgment on anybody, because I do it as well. It's just the awareness of it. Like, we got to be aware, because they're trying to keep us in the dark and keep us asleep. We have to be aware with how we spend our time. And I'm trying to make better decisions with how I spend my time and truly dive into this process of baking a cake, spending time with my chickens, homeschooling my children, just whatever it is that you want to do. This is not to say that you have to do what I'm trying to do. It's whatever that you want to do in your life. So overall, it's about balance, right? We are the generation that has been tasked to learn how to juggle the balance between the obstacles of our time and ourselves. We've had to learn that balance, and it's not about foregoing normal things that people do now necessarily, but it's about incorporating yourself and being aware of habits that sabotage us and sabotage our journeys, whether that be hustle culture, social media, traumas, things that we do to self-sabotage our growth and happiness and joy and peace. It's a balancing act. My cake turned out so bomb. I'm so excited to do this again. Until next time, y'all, we'll see you next video. Love and light.